My name is Joe Level, and I'm one of the mentors in the Men to Be program. Okay, we're a mentoring program for kids ages 6 through 17. We do take kids a little older because what we want to do is eventually create an alumni program. So we do know kids, they do go off to college and they need help as well. But what we like to do is teach our kids, it's good to learn and it's good to earn things, but it's also good to return them back into the community. So the younger kids that are 6 through 17, what they'll do is they'll create a network or friendships with these kids that are in college so that they can kind of see, hey, someone that came through the same community as me, went to the same high school as me, they became successful too. So what we're trying to do is just create a network of young men from Hopkinsville and create a bond amongst them. So Men to Be, as crazy as it sounds, it came from the idea of men needing mentors. So with the help of our founder, Ms. LaDessa Lewis and Mr. Derek Lewis, they came up with the idea that our community needed a mentoring program. So with their creative ideas and strong network that they've already had, they reached out to a couple of people in the community and we came together, and the idea of Men to Be was brought about to name the program. So what we want to do is try to capture the transition of our young men that are boys, but as a kid gets older, no one gets younger. As they grow older, we want them to grow up and be young men that are productive, that are positive, and that our community can be proud of. One of the ideas of mentoring is that you're giving a kid someone that they didn't have, someone that they didn't know, someone that they can call a friend or call upon at any time. We have mothers, we have fathers, we have grandparents, but sometimes it's good to have that outside source. So a lot of our kids, they come in, maybe not having many friends, maybe having a lot of friends, trying to pick that road in which to go down in life. And what Men to Be do is give kids the opportunity to meet kids that may come from different neighborhoods than they do, maybe come from single parent homes, maybe come from two-parent homes, maybe even being raised by grandparents or even in foster care. So what we see in our program is we have kids that maybe have disabilities. What we try to teach our kids, no disability should keep any kid out of anything. So what we try to do is create the environment that everyone belongs. So we have a lot of kids that do have challenge and disabilities, but here at Men to Be, once they're part of our family, we're all the same. We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to be productive citizens. We're all trying to grow to men. So what we see is these kids, they come in with no friends, or they become very, we'll say, lonesome. But Men to Be creates that environment that allows them to be somebody. So we have young men that battle autism, that battle ADHD, but at the same time, in Men to Be, they are just another child that we're going to love, that we're going to watch grow, and hopefully become a man that this community can be proud of. Our main sourcing from our funding right now, we have two major events that we host each year. We have our Valentine's breakfast lunch brunch. We also have our gala, in which we do recognize different workers. We call them distinguished workers, not necessarily meaning that they've retired or became professional athlete or anything, but distinguished workers that stayed here in Hopkinsville and created a positive and an honorable work through 20 years of service here at least in the Hopkinsville area. So each year we recognize them, kind of giving our kids something to model after, and through those fundings we do receive a lot of money there. Also private donations. We do have a lot of help of local clubs and organizations here in Hopkinsville that do donate to Men to Be. So with the help of Planters Bank through Seasons of Giving, what we would like to do is not only give our kids a warm meal during the holiday time, but make sure that each child that's in our program receives some type of gift during the holiday season. Many times kids, young boys, it doesn't take much to put a smile on their face, but during difficult times, we want to just be a help to a family. And like I said, all our kids, they are from the Hopkinsville area, Christian County, Pensacola area. And they need to know that this community cares and this community sees the need of them and want to put a smile on their face. So with the help of Planters Bank and Seasons of Giving, we would like to make sure that each child in our program receives a gift during the holiday season. What we're in need of mostly are mentors. But no, as of right now, we're still at our beginner stage. So what we need now is just monetary donations to help create a plan to become more effective, to create an environment, once again, that these kids can grow. We would like them to be exposed to more things inside of Hopkinsville as well as outside of Hopkinsville. And like all organizations, we need the funding to help facilitate this over time. What we would like to see Men to Be become is an organization that young men come through. We had the idea of creating young men ideas of getting jobs through professional trade, tech, any industrial, professional, athletes, whatever they choose to become. But once we realized that you can become anything you want to be as long as you're a good man. So what we decided was, let's backtrack that. Let's create activities that will cultivate the environment of creating good men. So we went back, we started doing character building, teaching about responsibility, teaching about discipline. One of the best things that a man could ever have is his word. Teaching them that you should be dependable and this community should be able to count on you to be an upstanding citizen, one that will be law-abiding and one that respects others. So the idea is no longer to create jobs, but just creating good character men that not only I can be proud of, you can be proud of, but our daughters that they can marry one day. So yeah, it's very, very new to the community. We've only began December 5th of 2020. Once again, we were called in to a meeting on a Sunday, sat down, tried to go over the needs of the community in ways in which we could help our young men. And once we realized that the young men could essentially be the backbone to this community, we came up with the idea of the mentoring and called it Men to Be. From there, in February, we had our first fundraising activity, which was our brunch, where we had different businesses in the community donate different services. We had a silent auction, gave away a lot of gifts. Also during that time, Dr. Levi Peterson came and done a tie ceremony for our graduating senior, Mr. Jonte Brown, who's a recipient of many local scholarship dollars. Really after the brunch, it was like we picked up a lot of momentum. I think everybody here can agree that there was a need for a mentoring program, but no one really knew how to go about it. Many times you see these mentoring programs, they're here one day, gone the next. A lot of times you have trouble getting buildings. Then you have trouble getting mentors. It's very hard to be a father. A lot of people work, coach, all these other things, and then to give yourself to a child that's not yours. It's very difficult to find mentors that will volunteer. Currently, we have 47 young men from the Hopkinsville area. In order to be a mentor, you would get in contact with one of our mentors that's already in the program. From there, we'll do background checks and kind of do a reference check through people that do know you to make sure that our kids are always around genuine people that do love, care, and most importantly, do have the reputation of being a good person as well. Please, whenever you find time, or if you can find it in your heart, please stop by the Indian Hills branch of Planners and please donate to the Season of Giving so that you could be a help to this great program of Men to Be. Thank you.